Chicago. Oh, here we go.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Grady Judd.
Bro, W. Grady Judd.
I've spent my entire adult life in law enforcement, and I have never heard of one law enforcement agency not helping another when they call for help.
He's referring to the Chicago mayor and the Chicago PD not allowing them to go to the ICE facilities in Chicago and the surrounding area, the neighborhoods that are around there. They're not allowing the police to go there. And this is it's already been leaked to the radio of them calling a 999. So you can't disprove this magically. It's all over the news of them not allowing the police to go and interfere with any of the ICE things. This is the reason why they're sending in the National Guard, if you must know, so that way they can help break up the riots and actually get the help they need. So that's what he's referring to.
Until this weekend, when a chief of patrol for the Chicago Police Department instructed the police officers not to run in and help their colleagues who were calling for help, who were under attack by a bunch of people clearly violating the law. Mm-hmm. That's scary.
It's not just scary, it's disappointing. It's disgraceful, and you should be ashamed to wear your colors. If you think for a fucking second, as a fireman, if I heard Mayday, you think for a fucking second I wouldn't be suiting and booting to go in there and get that guy? I would tell whoever the fuck is acting command they can kiss my ass. And I guarantee you there'd be 3 other people that would step up to go get that fireman. And nobody stepped up? You in the wrong line. You need to find a new job, all of you. It's like what happened with that school shooting, where all them police officers, they stood around and formed a barricade outside while all them kids was being killed on the inside of that goddamn school. And they kept the parents from being able to go in there and get their kids. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're disgraceful.
Let me give you the antithesis of that. We had a single man resist ICE agents and get away from them in our community. We sent a helicopter, a drone, K9, and 50 law enforcement officers to surround an area, and we found that guy who violently resisted ICE, and we locked him up in jail where he should have been. If you allow anarchists and criminals to run wild in your community, people will die. People will be shot.
Yep.
Now, let me say this. For other law enforcement leaders across this state and nation, you need to be standing up saying the same exact thing that I am.
Yes, sir.
Because when you have a breakdown of the rule of law, when you allow anarchists, criminals to take over the streets and attack law enforcement officers and then not send them help, that's a slippery slope.
And I agree. But I also think that there are law enforcement officers that are also at fault and not just the leadership. If you hear, because a lot of those ICE agents, they're ex-military, they're also police officers in other states, they're probably some form of active military, or like, they've all got experience in their field. Hell, even if they're just a normal Joe that saw the benefits and signed up, and you're going to let them get hurt or possibly killed? For what? You have to step back and look at the oath you took. You didn't take that oath to your superiors. You took that oath for every American citizen. That's why you took that oath. That's why every fireman goes into a burning building when they hear that there's somebody that could be in there. That's why every police officer, they go out and they arrest these criminals and put them in jail where they belong. Your oath isn't to your superior officer. They got a fucking problem with it. Leave and go somewhere else, and I guarantee you, the other departments that are not in that city or hell, not even in that state, will gladly take you. Come here to Texas, go to Florida. You'll make way more money, and you'll be able to keep the criminals where they belong.
Real slippery slope.
Disgraceful.